As always, the comedy thing. Okay, so we're going to do 4 poems. So we expect clapping in between.
Hello, so I'm Daniel, lovely to be here. My first language is German.
And my first language is French.
And both of our second language is English. I lost my first to a city which became its country in disassembly.
My first, an assembly point. I walk to when I curse, count, or talk on the phone to my mom. I lost my first, the tele-remote, to a DFS sofa. Slashed on it after work, my coccyx bone flexed the channel to Lupin, 10% et Engrenage.
My first, the poetry on my shelf, perhaps, where titles run the other way as if in a counterflow. But what do poets know? They use words like lighters.
My second, a roadside plant going up a traffic cone with only a tiny ray of light overhead. The first few years seemed pointless and rhetorical, trained in this prison of textbooks and gap fills. Where is Brian? Brian is in the kitchen. Once it reached the top of the cone, England, a new life could begin.
My second, the infinity pool for everything I want to be and never will. Remember when you wanted to become Britisher than the British? Swallowing your accent in return for a smile.
Sweat out English tones back home for a raised eyebrow.
Laugh, but not too early.
Coin a pun in English.
And never too late.
And flip everyone to silence.
Rather than say the wrong thing.
Say the wrong thing.
Say nothing at all.
On purpose.
Over time, it becomes a way of life.
And hop over the language barrier.
To find yourself where?
Sometimes the surface cracks and I can hear myself.
One of us for all.
We are.
One of this.
Remember when you wanted to become foreigner than the foreign?
So when we were collaborating on this, we were sort of talking about when we arrived in the UK, so I think about 18 years for me, and talking about, you know, which language to actually speak, and I was saying to Mikael, you know, I just speak English now, and I find it really hard to speak German.
And I've been here 10 years or so, and as a French teacher, I speak French and English all the time. But we're both aware of the politics of speaking French and English in the world we live in.
The language that holds me is a language that kills.
Back home, some fear my first is being colonized by my second. With conf calls, startuppers and disruptive, taking moorings in casual conversation.
Tell that to William the Conqueror, king of the cognates.
I jumped ships years ago, from Napoleon's frigate to the HMS Victory!
But the words are not complicit.
What? Words like guns never stay in their holsters. Machine guns like hostile environment, flamethrowers like economic migrants, or smaller calibers like the Great British Bake Off. Let's talk collateral damage.
Yeah, but I can still take one and lift it up.
Let's unload it first.
Out of its situation.
Medevac it out of the battlefield of public discourse.
and towards a light. And hold it there. Look,
Sorry, mate, I got nothing.
you have to imagine the light.
All I see are news flash, blue sirens, and a never-ending blink of notifications.
You can find the power for that with language wields none. It's a different department. Try.
Okay, let's go to Tesco's.
Sure, you can make it neon if that's what you want.
Let's patrol the aisles methodically, scanning for own-brand airsats.
Here, Mikhail. This one's for you. Put it to good use. How deep do you need to go these days, Mikhail, to find something that speaks to you?
It's right here, under my skin like a pipe, seemingly inert, but inside, the words are raging through my mouth, a mixer tap.
Can someone dim that neon just a little? The words are melting.
Dan, stop pretending. Let's code switch our way out of here.
In my dreams, German cities sometimes merge into a place that welcomes me as more than mine damals.
A lane that used to be. Mon français often feels like ce petit village où celui qui a réussi
Where the one that made it in the city,
won't go back to.
unless someone died.
As a French teacher, c'est difficile,
It's hard
a fledgling on the windowsill,
sur la fenêtre
de parler
to speak.
in the target language. Take your aim, Daniel. Do your worst.
Wort verloren,
Lost in words,
Gott verlassen.
God forsaken, in Ahnung versunken.
Each switch feeds what you think shrunken.
Merci.